We're back here with game 3 of the best of 3 to see who will go to face MVP in the losers bracket finals. We are on Antigua Shipyard and spawning in the 12 o'clock position as the red Zerg is the Taiwanese player Gamma Bear's Sen. And spawning in the 3 o'clock position as the green Protoss is the winner of last game. He brought it back to 1-1. It is Complexity's Naniwa. He will be going for a forward fast expand again, as is his usual build. He's probably practiced that so much that he doesn't even think about it anymore. He just subconsciously moves the probe over there to build that pylon. And actually, wait a minute. That's an interesting position. So he's actually going to forge here and do that. Huh. I guess I've seen enough players do that. What you see is most players like to put it here and go ahead, and it doesn't. It's actually longer to make the wall off, but in the end is a much stronger wall off. It's an actual complete wall off once if you include the whole zealot in that wall off. But so an interesting positioning here from Naniwa. We'll see what he wants to do with it. I don't know how many pros I've seen do that actually, but seen it a lot on the ladder. But you know, ladder is kind of shaky at best for things like that. Sin actually does go for a hatch first this time. We've seen him go pool first in the last 2 games. Got a little distracted there by Naniwa's pylon placement. Very interesting to someone like me who's just extremely interested and nosy about stuff like that, about why somebody did what. But this probe regretting that he will not be able to do any pylon shenaniganry to try to slow down the expansions of Sin in this game. The Overlord now coming in here. Sees nothing, knows it's a forge fast expand once again. And ooh, second probe in here. It looks like Naniwa could be doing something. Oh, nice around there by Sin with those drones. Kills off the probe and it does force the cancel on that pylon. I'm not sure if Naniwa was actually going to do some cannon pressure or if he was just going to go ahead and fake the cannon pressure. But he does need to start. He will start chrono boosting out probes pretty soon. He just wanted to get that gateway up and that photon cannon up and the nexus up. So did have to cut a little bit of probes there. But it looks like 2 queens now being made, so 1 at each base for Sin. Standard play from both players. Now, what's interesting about Antigua is what we've started to see is this gold base here is actually, it'll be interesting with the positions that they're in and how close that is to Naniwa's natural ramp. But a lot of Zerg players now actually take their 3rd here at the gold. Seen this a lot recently in, especially on the Korean server. I watch a lot of streams, like a lot of streams, so I get to see a lot of cool things like that. But we'll see if Sin wants to do it, because Sin, I believe the Taiwanese and Korean servers are linked, so he does get to play a lot on that and is exposed to that quite a lot. And the Cybernetics Core going down there, once again, Naniwa. Beautiful SimCity. He played a lot of SimCity when he was a little younger, and creating lots of good chokes with his building placement. But this probe trying to go up and get some scouting, that will be denied. And yep, there it is. I guess Sin believes he will be able to defend from it. He does throw the hatch down on the gold, but Naniwa, yeah, does see it. So he sees the hatchery at the gold. But that's actually smart by Sin, especially when you see a forge fast expand, because you do know that no army is going to be up very quickly. He's just going to be, most of the time, he's going to be chrono boosting out a lot of probes. So it's not like he'll be able to really pick it off anytime soon. So even if it does get picked off eventually, you do get good time mining these gold minerals. Intelligent as always from Sin. Sin a little bit of workers ahead, but he is Zerg, so a lot easier to get a few drones ahead when you're making 6 or 4 of them at a time. Metabolic boost now started for Sin. Now what we saw Sin actually get away from was Sin has gone roaches in most of the matchups that we've watched in this tournament, so he did not really go for that early roach push that he has been going for in the other games, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him get back to that. Could be very powerful, especially against something like this though, because that cannon it's only shooting to about in this general range, so Sin can effectively cut off about half of the mineral patches on that base. Queen is now over at the gold, 3 drones now mining at the gold, and for Sin, yeah, he is rallying the drones over to the gold, so we're going to be mining a lot there. Overlord coming in, sneaking a peek. He's going to see these 3 gateways, so this is going to be Naniwa's fairly standard play, where, oh no, actually he did get a robo first, that's a little bit unusual, but he will be throwing down 3 gateways, and then most likely we'll see some stargates thrown down behind that. But Sin now, he's starting to mine on this gold. It'll be, and oh, he did go roaches. I missed him putting on the roach roar, and I think I saw it in the production tab, but forgot to mention something about it. He's going to get 12 roaches now, so a lot of roaches going to come up for Sin. See if he tries to end the game quickly here. Evo Chamber now going down as well for some upgrades. Metabolic Boost now just finishing up. Immortals, though, being pumped out by Naniwa. Immortals will be very good against roaches, doing just an absolute crap ton of damage to the roaches. But Zergling's now kind of posturing up outside here. We'll see if he wants to try to go for a bust pretty soon once these roaches get over here. That is a wow. Oh wow. That is a large army from Sin. Sin looking to be in a very good position right now, especially with that gold. 20 more Zerglings on the way as well, so, along with 3 roaches. But ooh, Naniwa proving once again how effective force fields can be. Does block out a lot of the army. Oh, brilliant there by Naniwa, warping in 2 zealots to wall off there, so not allowing the Zerglings to run up into the main. Wow, Naniwa playing so smart. Very, very cool strategies there, but that is an unpleasant force starting to mass up outside his base with +1 range weapons on the way for Naniwa, or for Sin as well. Naniwa does have +1 himself though. His usual build does involve chrono boosting out that level 1 Protoss weapons pretty quickly. But Lair now about 3/4 of the way done, about to finish up for Sin. Armor now started for Naniwa. He is also going with a Twilight Council, so we could be seeing some pretty early blink here. 2 more gateways also being built, and we do have a little minor engagement. Not much done by either player, but Naniwa does see that Sin is setting up a pretty good contain here. 14 drones just got it put in production for Sin. Sin knows that Naniwa can't take that 3rd base, so he's going to try to take as much advantage of that as he can. And ooh, can he pick off an Immortal here? Those force fields are pretty damn good, but oh, and he does pick off 1 Immortal. That is huge. Those Immortals do, with the +1, I'm not sure how much they do, but I know they do 50 damage to those roaches without the +1 upgrade. But with that +1 upgrade, that is extremely powerful. So any Immortals that you can pick off are extremely good for Sin to do. Glial Reconstitution popping up, Burrow popping up. Now on the production tab here, just getting started. Blink now started for Naniwa. It looks like he is going to try to go for some Blink play. Spire also started for Sin, and he is now getting up that macro hatch at his natural. And if we look here to the worker count, we do see that Sin is 14 workers in the lead, and on 3 bases, 1 of them being a gold. Sin looking to be in a very good position here, but Naniwa does force him back a little bit. But Sin pushing the creep up all over Naniwa's base. He is able to pick up a couple creep tumors, but because he got that gold and that is so close, he was able to just pop down some creep tumors with those queens and just expand a little bit. No, the armies take a look at each other and then back off. We could be seeing an engagement pretty soon. Sin minorly supply blocked for a moment here, but 3 Overlords about to pop out. Should alleviate that pretty quickly. Or there were 2 Overlords about to pop out, 1 now being in production. But 8 more roaches on the way. He does completely max out again and is supply blocked once again. But that is, wow. And can he pick off this gold base? If he picked off this gold base, he would stand a chance of potentially coming back in this game. But with Sin on that gold base and all of these roaches, the advantage is clearly in Sin's favor right now. But ooh, he does. If he can, he's at least forcing him to not be mining on that gold base, which is pretty big. But oh, the roaches do get around behind, trapping Naniwa in. Roach is going to hit from both sides. He's going to set up a perfect flank. Good sandwich attack there. And all the roaches doing a lot of damage. The force fields are good, but they are not perfect force fields. But he is able to force fit out those. But all these zealots are just running to their death. That is not what you want there. That immortal is going to get picked off before it does much damage. And Sin looking very good here. Naniwa not able to get the engagement that he wants. Oh, those roaches. 8 more roaches on the way for Sin as well. Those force fields trying to... Oh, and he does get a decent little force fields right there, but roaches in the front, roaches in the back, roaches on the side, roaches beneath, roaches on top, roaches everywhere for Sin, and Naniwa is getting pounded on by these roaches. But he is able to get a good warp out of Zealots, and those Zealots are doing some pretty good damage here. But these roaches, so much damage to Naniwa from Sin. Good lord. That force field was okay, but it's not great. Not really, just throwing it up because the sentry was going to die anyway, so you might as well. That Zealot will eventually get picked off once Sin decides that it should die. But Sin now pushing up in the base with a lot of roaches. 10 Zerglings on the way as well. Naniwa warping in Zealots to try to do some good damage. But wow. Sin pushing in, posturing outside the base. Does still have that gold. He is not mining on it anymore. But he did push in with those drones, and all those drones did die. But 9 roaches on the way. Sin, it looks like he's going to try to end this game quickly. He does kill 1 assimilator. He's going for the second. As I said before, that cannon cannot reach all the way over there. But Sin now 76 supply ahead, 70 supply ahead. Burrows to try to gain some health. And Sin looking in very good position to take this game and take the series. Go on to face MVP in the Losers Bracket Finals. More and more roaches and Zerglings being poured on. 12 roaches about to pop. Looks like Sin. I usually try to make these exciting and sound like both players are in it, but Sin is just going to win this game. I'm sorry, that's pretty much, and Naniwa will hang on because it is for his tournament life. So do not expect Naniwa to go out without a fight. Decent force fields there, but now the Zealots are trapped behind the force fields. Immortal's doing a lot of damage. Sin making more and more roaches. He's just pouring the roaches on, burrowing to try to gain some more health again. Not necessarily trying to do it to hide, but just trying to... Burrowed roaches gain so much health. The health regen on burrowed roaches is a little ridiculous, actually. And it looks like Naniwa pulling probes. This is going to be his last-ditch effort here. Sin, though... Sin with 47 roaches. 48 roaches. He has more roaches than drones. Sin. Oh my goodness. He heard you liked aggressive builds, so he became extremely aggressive. Naniwa is looking to maybe push out a little bit, but Sin now just 61 supply ahead. Couple Overseers morphing in, gonna see what they can see, but I think actually Sin 9 Overseers morphing in, so he might actually just be trolling at this point. Knows he's gonna win. Maybe he'll sweep in there and use Contaminate on a bunch of the gateways, just to kind of add insult to injury here. But Sin playing so well, and Naniwa is gonna come up with this push, but there's so many probes in there that, and so many roaches that Sin, once this engagement happens, the likelihood is that with 34 Zerglings on the way as well, Sin will just go ahead and win and advance on. But Naniwa will not give up without a fight. This is his tournament life, as I've said before. And those Overseers just moving in. See, they could drop a lot of Changelings as well. Looks like Sin is, yeah, he's just going to drop a whole ton of Changelings. just kind of messing with Naniwa's head. That's the equivalent to dropping a mule in as a Terran when you know you're about to win. And oh yeah, Sin now coming in 15 roaches on the way as well. How many roaches does he have right now? 37 roaches. Good lord, Sin. Naniwa trying to keep up his macro as well as he possibly can, but I mean, he's dead. These overseers just kind of sitting here doing nothing except trolling. Those changelings do finally go down, and ooh, we could see our engagement pretty soon. And oh my goodness, Sin is just going to come in with these roaches. Force fields are just not enough, and expect GG any second. Naniwa playing well, but just not quite enough to win. Sin looking excellent on the other hand. Just wow. There's a lot of roaches. Who said roaches weren't necessarily good? Roaches pushing in, and GG there from Naniwa. He's been defeated for a while, but he does finally leave. Good series there from Naniwa and Sin, but Sin does take it 2-1 and will go on to face MVP in the Losers Bracket Finals. Now I am just about to edit that match, so that will be going up very quickly, but congratulations to Sin, playing so well right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually could take out MVP. We'll have to see what happens there, but as always, thank you for listening. Leave a like rating if you liked it. Leave a comment to tell me what I can do better. And subscribe if you want to be notified anytime I make one of these videos, because I'm going to be putting out a lot pretty soon. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.